I just think that Entity7 might build a draft that's not easy for the Cho to get a kick. For example, if Entity7 is able to get up like a Barats, yeah, I think it's going to be hard for this Cho to really do much.
So maybe they ban it out, for Pro Esports. They want to ban one of those tankier options out. You already got a Belric to deal with. You don't want to deal with a Belric plus the Barretts. But this is, like, from Pro Esports, for these two picks, too, it's so Kozin and Coily, right? The different type of KK connection, but this time for Pro Esports, they're very adapt and to these heroes. The Kozin, especially on the Harith, back when he was playing in the Philippines, was one of his best hero picks. Still is. Same thing when you look at Filipino junglers playing the Lings, the Fannies. That's why when those Fannies come up, it's like, man, these guys can just put on a showcase of mechanics. So they'll ban out the Freya, the Uranus. Look at all these XP lane options that are being focused on.
I feel like we missed the Freya going through. I mean, that has been definitely a first pick for a lot of teams if she's available.
I was thinking whether she would be picked up here. It's just that I would say it's only good for Pro Esports because they're already having a draft that wants to dive in. When it comes to Entity7, they don't really need that. And now, not a EXP ban, they ban out the Brody instead. And now the Esmeralda has been picked up. And because there's a Hive there, we still don't know whether this Esmeralda goes gold or EXP.
I think this is just the right combo. I feel like they have enough presence in team fights, and I feel like that's how they have thrived. I feel like that was kind of the way that they put their strategy together to tackle Liquid PH yesterday. It feels like they're getting more of what they want here today, Naisu.
Yeah, and I'm expecting on this one, too, for that Belric to have the flicker. Remember, in the previous matchup, we saw the Belric Esme combo, but it was a revitalized Belric.
Yep.
So this is the answer over here on this side for Pro Esports. They'll take Valentino Sorov. Yeah, you got to take.
I think so.
I feel like if they want a marksman, I think the Moskov works perfectly here against Pro Esport.
I agree with you.
The only reason they don't pick it up if they pick up a Paquito Gold.
Paquito Gold.
It's only either or, but I prefer the Moskov.
Well, the Melissa still available also.
Oh yeah, true.
And you do have a Cho, which that would do okay against, right? I'm curious. I feel like the Moskov, they played it yesterday, didn't they? I think they did play Moskov. And Doom had a pretty good game. If I'm Doom, I'm thinking, I mean, it's comfortable. It's in the meta. It serves what we need. I like it. I think the combo might just be, do we do this or do we do Melissa instead? What's your take?
Well, they go carry.
Oh, carry.
Wait.
Which is interesting that they go carry because...
Carry?
Yeah.
It has a good lane against Harith, but then after that, there's no high HP hero on Pro Esports.
Hey, that's exactly what I was thinking. You're not gonna have. You don't need to shred through anyone, and Carry has one of the lowest ranges, attack ranges for a marksman. So you're gonna have a difficult time.
Maybe they just want to rush Lord later on with the Harara to just get it.
Yeah, blitz the Lord perhaps.
Very interesting.
Yeah, interesting choice there on the last. Maybe also just. That has one of the things where it's like, we got to go with comfort on this, and a lot was banned out.
Yeah, all right. Well, this is going to be an exciting one as well. Our second series of the day begins. Pro Esports from Cambodia versus Entity7, both on dream runs. Will the dream continue, or will one wake up to find it was just a nightmare? Ready for our Series 2 cast. We've got Trex and Brigitte.
We're jumping into the land of Dawn for the second series of the day. Entity7 coming off of the momentum of a big win, while Pro Esports trying to recover themselves after yesterday's loss. Two different stories looking for the same dream. This is game number one. Trex and Brigitte bringing you the action. How are we feeling, Brig?
I can't help but think about what our panel was also wondering about before we headed into this game. The carry last pick and choice here for E7. Is it really comfort? And are they looking for a specific angle to play around this? Because you don't really see it paired up with a pick-off-centric setup type of roamer. It's more on a Bellery that you see in the hands of Backman. But we probably will figure out what the plan is for E7 here. Because again, laning, it's pretty much guaranteed. You could see it just now. Kozin is not having the best time of his life.
Yeah, but honestly, this is also a pretty comfort pick for Kozin. We did see him on it yesterday, a little bit of damage.
Oh, Shin flickering out. That was close for both mid laners. Both flickers are already down. Imagine that.
Yeah, already some aggression, but still no deaths on the field. Taking a look at the emblems, both mid laner and Rome on the side of Pro with some speed to move around the map, and the Bargain Hunter into Kuza. But look at the damage already on the Doom. A nice pick off by PP.
This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. You wanted to rely on the carry for the laning, but even then, it was just a bit of help even from PP, together with the concussive blast just taking you out. Not to mention even another trade at least was taken, but that's just onto PP, so I think they're gonna be okay with that. Shin, though, in mid without the flicker, won't be able to survive that attempt from Coily on this Ling. Does Bush find one? I don't think he will find a re-engage from Coily, and the damage too from Sa. Pro are now 3-1 against E7.
All before Turtle as well. 700 gold lead in the hands of Pro. If they can translate this into a Turtle, we're looking at 1.5k gold lead possibly. It's going very well for Pro, but Entity7.
Whoa, what?
All around the map now.
That was a solo kill.
Down on the bottom as well.
Doom, there's no way. Okay, he does get to dash out of this. Doesn't have the Purify, but this is looking bad. Both sides are not in favor of E7 just yet. Pro, they will have enough time to catch up to this objective. E7 are bursting it as much as they can, but the Way of the Dragon lands onto Bush. Tempest of Blades and Coily finally securing the turtle. E7 no longer want to fight Trex.
Exactly what we thought. You get that turtle, and now Pro has a huge lead. Luckily, Doom didn't go down the second time. He has already taken a death though. Purify is going to be up on the top side. Akashi taking the death, so both off lanes just kind of suffering. You add that up with the mid lane as well, the pressure. Wait a second, a little bit of action. Kashi should be able to get away from this, but the pressure that Coily's been able to bring in the mid with Saw and P, Entity7 is having trouble dealing with it all this early in the game.
Yep, Pro Esports have seemed to polish the early game, and they're dealing with E7 really, really well. This is something you were seeing from E7 yesterday when they were just able to dominate against Team Liquid, but right now Pro, after that loss, it seems like they've learned so much. Just even looking at the level advantage, you don't want to see your gold laner almost two levels behind at this point in time in the game, and even your XP lane. But wait, Coily? All alone up top though. Does he get caught? He's willing to exchange some blows. He can afford to.
Yeah, should be okay. Coily's been amazing on the Ling so far. Been amazing on the Assassin so far. The day that they beat SRG, the Harara was on point. But the pressure that they're constantly putting on Doom.
He didn't even have to move as much. PP was just there to use the Way of the Dragon, and Saw with the Wrath of Dryad IMU. Second time we see Doom taken out. And Pro Esports didn't have to sacrifice much to get it.
Yeah, I don't know if Entity7's just not getting the vision right now on Pro. If Vigeen and Shin are just unable to keep up because Pro are attacking these off lanes non-stop. And Entity7, they shift up to the top, but all they're going for is Gold Crab, and they're unable to really protect their offlaners. They're having trouble keeping up with the rotations, and now we're looking at almost a 3k gold lead before second turtle into the hands of Pro. This is only going to get worse and worse very fast.
I'm only starting to think of how E7 could maybe utilize the Eudora and the Hirara together to at least burst down a single target from Pro, because you don't really see much tanky heroes on their side. I think this is also why we question the carry pickup, because you don't necessarily need to shred anyone from Pro Esports lineup, but just the same, I don't think Shin and Bush have enough room to just connect and find a setup. Granted of how Pro Esports are so good at just limiting their movements right now, and they're again starting this objective. There's a setup coming in. Sorya and Felix focusing onto Vaguin. Doesn't even get to use the Wrath of Dryad on time, and there he does, but the follow-up isn't going to be there. Counter Wrath of Dryad coming in from the original one. That's E7, but it's already a double kill for Coily. Two-man knockup from PP. E7, they just couldn't find their footing in this game yet.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like the best thing is to not even maybe go for that last turtle, play it slow, go for plays on the off lane, go to keep that gold at a minimum deficit, but at this point, it's a little bit too late. We're 4K ahead into the hands of Pro Esports, 8-1. Towers are going to start dropping in the boss side. You've got Coily up on top lane, taking tier 3 as well. Bush is going to just have to watch. They are going to go for the 1v1 up top, but I don't think that's a good idea for Bush.
Okay, Coily doesn't have the Tempest of Blades, fortunately for ES7. So Bush will be able to get out of that. I think there won't be any chase, but here in mid, you see Akashi trying to hold down the front, Coily trying to catch up as well. Vaguin goes in, does have the Wrath of Dryad. But it's actually the backlines that Coily's after. He finds both Shin and Doom at the same time. Cousin taking care of the rest, and it's almost a complete complete wipeout for Pro.
These are not fights that E7 should be going for right now. It'd be one thing if it was Begin who had taken 3 or 4 deaths. It'd be one thing if it was anyone other than your offlaners. Doom unable to output any damage. Akashi just getting shredded down immediately. And while that's happening, Begin tries to make that engage and Coily shows up and just completely destroys the back line. And so why does Begin even go in for the Wrath of Druid? This is the time that they need to kind of back off, alleviate the pressure, and try to stay as safe as possible. One more big lose like that in a big team fight, and it's a wrap.
And it's already big enough of a lead you're seeing from Pro Esports. 6.8k approaching 7k. You see most of it significantly in the carries, between the jungler, between the gold lane. So the spread of the lead is just looking too good for Pro Esports right now. The conversions are starting to come in. Hide on Bush though. Kozan, is he actually going to take it out? Sorry, Felix with the last hit. Oh my goodness, Pro Esports, the leads just keep getting bigger. Way of the Dragon onto Akashi, and he uses the falling star moon, but he fails to survive.
At this point, it's looking like a bloodbath. Just about anyone on Pro Esports can 1v1 anyone on E7. Where do they go from here? Like I said, I think the best idea is stay together. No one can get caught alone. Even Hide on Bush, even the Harara, who's got tons of iframes, tons of defensive measures to escape, is getting taken out by a Harith. Not even Coily, not even someone tanky, didn't even need any help. And Hide on Bush goes down, sitting at 0-2 and 0. E7 has to play it safer.
They've only ever taken out one member from Pro. It's only PP. So as much as I also want to see them try and play the macro, it's just going to be too tough. So playing it slow, I agree, might be one of the ways to go until they feel like they can't afford to engage in a fight. Because not even Akashi could just tank the damage. You see him falling down even to Sorya and Felix one-on-one, and now there's another way of the Dragon landing onto Vaggy, and there goes the Wrath of Dryad and the Falling Star Moon. This might just be a counter engage coming in from E7, but the clapback, the answer and response from Sorya and Felix and Kuzen, it's a triple. It's only Akashi and Doom left, but look at Coily getting back. It's gonna be another attempt, but it's a shutdown instead from E7.
It's all right though, honestly, for Pro. I think at that point, they didn't even have to keep that fight going, but they wanted to try to get Kuzen that Maniac or Savage. Another Zaman's Force drops. Kuzen should be able to get away safely here. Sorry, and Felix going to get involved. Akashi chasing down. It actually might be bad for Kuzen.
Yeah, he doesn't have mana. It's a good thing PB and Sorya and Felix were there, because that would have been shutdown after shutdown for E7 if ever they did actually find the kill onto Kozen. So we're looking at the replay right now. I think this is one of the moments where it could have been really good, honestly, for E7 if only they were able to maximize the Wrath of Dryad a bit more. But the sustained damage from Kozen is just too much. There's no one to deal with these high mobility heroes who just constantly surprise the back and attack the back lines.
Where do they go from here? Once again, we keep asking the same question. Pro Esports so ahead. I mean, we've seen leads like this come before, and I mean, teams have been able to turn around, but Entity7 with their composition, you've got Doom, you've got who hasn't been able, I mean, 0-4 and 2 on a carry. This is a late game hero already. And the thing is yes, you normally use this to shred, but another pick?
It's gonna be Hide on Bush at that. It's at the exact same time they get to pick up the Lord. Two-man setup coming in from Sorya and Felix, and Kuzen will be there to provide the damage. Doesn't care about the Wrath of Dryad. He is just gonna go for the kills. Fortunately, he has a flicker for Vadim, but there he goes. It's a double steal for Kuzen, and all turrets, outer and inner turrets, falling to the hands of Pro. Oh!
I mean, he can do that right now, honestly.
He
At this point, it's like, let's just see what we can do. Let's throw the line out. If we don't catch nothing, it's okay. Look at him under the tower right now. They pop the Holy Defense, get some minions still through. Wave coming down top. This could be game ending.
Okay. Pro Esports have an entire wave and a Lord marching up top. They're still going to focus and try to take down the turret first, but he goes charging in. Vagian doesn't have the Wrath of Dryad, but he's still going to go for it. PP! Finding another kick. It lands onto Shin. Coily too with the Tempest of Blade. There might just be a shutdown right now from E7, but that's about it. As they're looking to get more back in. Hide on Bush. 3 members already eliminated from E7. Can Doom and Akashi deal with this by themselves? The Lord's already in the base. They're trying to go for more kills instead. Akashi down to half HP, finds PB. But that might be at the expense of his own life. But Kuzen, he finally finds it.
They're playing KDA heroes right now. Pro Esports not even looking to end it. They want kills, they want blood. Trying to recover themselves after yesterday's loss. Kuzen right now, 9-0-7.
Wow.
He's untouched. Sorry, I'm Felix Samuel, 5-0-2. Overall, Pro Esports have completely dominated, but maybe the best plan was to target on base in that last push because the clock is still ticking. 72 seconds for next Lord. Would love to see exactly where Doom's at in the items. Has he got Trinity in just yet? Fully out. There it is. Has finally locked it in. He's hit the AK gold mark. Maybe we start to see a little bit more on the side of Agin. You haven't finished the antique cuirass yet for physical defense.
Yeah.
You have at least got radiant armor in, so there's a little something there. Only 2 items in onto Shin. They are behind, to say the least.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have some damage output from Hide on Bush, but the thing is Hide on Bush can't last, can't actually get in there. And every time you do get past, Sar and Felix catches you, or Saw steals the Wrath of the Dryad and catches you, and it's the same thing for Akasi trying to come in to absorb the damage.
I feel bad for both Hide on Bush and Doom. Really, you want to find these creative angles. Oh, Coily actually tried to take down that base turret all by himself without a wave. Could have been a possibility, but there was fortunately quick response from E7, but it doesn't change the fact that Pro are still ahead. And going back, Hide on Bush, aside from the fact that there's so much catching up to do, I agree, it's just so tough for him to go in. You have to anticipate. So much punish. Sorry, I'm Felix. Sa. There's just a multitude of ways that Pro Esports could turn things around with this lead, so E7 could probably not afford to just put themselves out there, but they'd still decide to get out of their base. Now it's Akashi down to half HP, PB in the back lines! He's gonna find shit all over again in the IMU Wrath of Dryad. Or it's not actually the IMU, but there you go, finally, it's a shutdown from Doom! He Hide on Bush, finding Kuzen too! E7 turning that around.
Yeah, able to get a big catch, and the damage does seem to be there. We talked about this the other day. All it takes is 2 items for Eudora to really start outputting. It took about 12 minutes to get those 2 items, but Shin is finally there along with Doom. Pops a speedy light wheel, and the combo with all of it together, it's a lot of damage. Saw everyone just had to essentially run for the hills. 2 members go down. Lord is still coming though. Pro Esports unable to stall it. Yeah. It's just gonna be 3 pushing in.
Great timings from E7 here. The Wrath of Dryad especially. Coily, they're going for Hide on Bush. Had to force out the iframes. There's just too much damage already from each basic attack that you get to see from Coily, but just because Kuzen and Sorry I'm Felix aren't here, E7 defend and live for a bit more longer in this game.
All right, so Entity7 able to defend, but they still have no inhibitors, have only taken 1 structure away from Pro Esports, and Pro Esports are hungry for the end.
PP wanted to go for something there. I think it took a bit too long. E7 too were just really grouped up together, so I don't think it would have been easy for him to find a target. On top of the fact that Pro Esports, they're not all ready for the engage just yet. So E7, again, defending. They're taking it slow. Bit by bit, we're getting there. We saw Doom on the 8K gold mark earlier. Now he is actually complete.
Yeah. All it took was a couple minutes, a couple kills, a little bit of gold between the teams, some shutdowns, and he now has the rose gold in. Be prepared to see some item swapping. This is big for Doom. This is big for Entity7.
Oh, it's Shin all over again. They really want to go for Shin. First Wrath of Dryad, final use here by Vagabond, but gets knocked up by the Tempest of Blades as well. And Kuzen on the other side trying to take down Akashi will be able to do so as Doom falls to the hands of Coily. Hide on Bush goes in. He finds a trade, but it's just going to be Coil. Is it enough? There's a wave coming in mid and top. Hide on Bush and Akashi will be here to defend, but Kuzen is just going to set his eyes on the base. Salmon forced to end things, but they clear out the minions. Another potential outplay from E7. And can they do this? Kozen finding Akashi does eventually get the kill, but the minions have
5 seconds for Shin. 5 seconds for Shin. Kozen drops him on Force. Hide on Bush with the iframes. They're still to defend. Kozen just wants free shots.
Hide on Bush, the stun! Shin doesn't actually land it, finally gets the burst! And now, E7 defend once more!
Entity7. Like I said, the momentums from yesterday's game still hold strong as they hold strong for their life in just game number 1. A beautiful defense, honestly. Hide on Bush all alone. Able to get some nice iframes. Defend Akashi also gets back to the base. Pro Esports felt like they had it, but now Entity7 working on the Lord.
This is something our panelists mentioned is back in! Flicker! Last of Dryad! Coily is down! Can they finally get this objective? Yes, they do! E7 are turning things around. Hide on Bush finds a double, and Sa is all alone here. That's not your base, but he's being cased!
That's not your base. It's looking reminiscent of yesterday's game where Pro Esports had the lead and just couldn't finish it. Entity7 right now, you know, we gotta say, they got that dog in them right now. And they are ready to push this game to the limits, pushing Pro Esports to the limits. It's 30 kills on the side of Pro Esports.
What if that was the plan all along? You know, we need to suffer a bit.
Yes.
But we get to a point where we just get to rely
Suffering builds character.
Yeah, you build character, you know, and this is something E7 have been building for 17 minutes now, Trex.
It's the villain arc right now. You gotta go through pain sometimes to be ready for the big battle, and Coily can no longer win the 1v1 against Hide on Bush.
That changes things significantly in this game. E7, they still have the Lord, but it will be dealt with by Pro. Sorian Felix doesn't find the setup there. And E7 are looking to disengage. Coily doesn't get access to his purple buff too. Imagine that, E7 are suddenly the ones in control. That 10k gold lead is nowhere to be found.
No, we are officially in late game now. Maxed items all around. Immortality has been picked up by Doom along with the Rose Gold. This is what I was talking about when we talk about the item swapping, and this is where a carry becomes extremely dangerous. Late game carry, probably one of the most vicious marksmans you can go up against. Once you have the capability to start hopping around with items, the amount of damage, it's just so hard to pick off. You add that up with the Purify instead of going for the Flicker, it's a problem. How does Pro Esports catch that? Now, they've been able to find some moments, but the problem is before they were going for Shin, before they were going for Hide on Bush, but I think they need to change their priority on where these Way of the Dragons are going to be landing, where these Wrath the Dryads with the IMU that's stolen are going to be landing. They have to be a lot more careful about how they approach these fights if Pro Esports wants to win out.
Yeah, because I feel like the fact that they always go for Shin is just so Coily could freely go and dive in, right? But even if he gets to do that, I don't think Pro are able to handle the damage that you're seeing from Doom anymore, like just by themselves, like without them allocating the right amount of crowd control just so Doom doesn't get to cast the speedy light wheels efficiently every now and then. So there might need to be, yes, I agree, a bit of change in terms of targeting for Pro here, but can they find Doom? This isn't the best KDA you're going to see on a carry, but we're in a different timeline now. We're 19 minutes into this game. I feel like this would barely matter, but ooh, that's a lot more defense items getting picked up. I think Doom has the Immortality and both the Athena's Shield in his build, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Picked up Athena's Shield. Okay. Gets rid, or wait. So that's, no, because you get some shield from the Athena Shield. So it's, you sell Athena's, you go into Rose Gold, you pick up Rose Gold, you go into Immortality, you pick up Winter Crown.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing, I don't know. Oh!
It's a lot of buy and sells, but who gets this red tree? It's Faggot! Not even a red tree holder! Doom finding the last hits on the objective! And now it's a disengage for E7. They don't want any trades.
A lot of resources wasted on Akashi there. And that helps Entity7 secure this Lord, enhanced Lord at that. They need to try to sync up these waves as much as possible. They may not be able to end here, but they can at least take inhibitors. Pro Esports on the other hand, This is what I was talking about. They have to think about a lot harder on how they do these fights with the 1v1.
Okay,
Whoa.
hide on bush. Might just go for the outplay here. Coily no longer has to test himself. Blaze Shin! Flickering in, can he make it? He doesn't catch Coily. Also gets to pick up the immortality just in time. Whew. Whew.
Collect it, prepare ourselves. Because the Lord is making his way downtown.
Yes. PP. PP, can he find
go to
something
Pepe.
here? Okay, okay. There's the Lord. Kuzen still has Zaman Force. And they pretty much will have enough time to deal with this Lord, at least for now. E7 are not able to maximize it enough to take down a turret, and they're going for Shin!
Crown?
Winter ground play, falling Starfall, but still gets knocked up and caught by the way of the dragon into the wrath of Dryad of Sa. Don't find Coily though. Torian Felix with a set. Kuzen with his Avid Force finds a double, and it's another immortality pop for Doom. 3 members are down for E7.
A beautiful catch by Pro Esports, but minions are on the base. They have to go back to defend. It's only 2 members up with 40-second death counters on Entity7. Hinakashi and Hide on Bush do what they did a few minutes ago and defend the base, but Hide on Bush is going for the steals, trying to disrupt the waves right now. Big kick.
He gets caught. He does still have some iframes left and a couple dashes, so he will escape. But that just means he's the only one left right now. Pro Esports, they're making their way to the base 12 seconds before Shin makes it.
They've got a cannon minion. Can it be enough to close? Hide on Bush is making the big sprint back to the base. He's got an immortality.
Okay, the immortality's popped though. Kuzen with his Ammon for Shin going in. Do they have enough defense? They actually get to buy a bit more time. Immortality's pop for PP Pro. They gotta get back.
It just keeps happening. I don't know if it's luck. I don't know if it's chance. I don't know if it's pure skill at this point. Entity7 just keeps on hanging on. We're 23 minutes in. Another Lord on the map. Akashi's up in 17 seconds. And it's a 5v5 once again. Pro Esports trying to make their way to this Lord. Do they burst it down? Hide on Bush picks up a purple buff. It's down to the wire once again.
Yeah, Shin has to be very particular of his positioning this time. Lord already below half HP. Vagan getting bursted down. Both Wrath of Dryad already committed. Idol Push going in! But it's still Coily who finds the objective. It's a shutdown towards Idol Push, and Pro have seemed to find the perfect engage against E7. Akashi, the only one left.
When in doubt, sorry, I'm Felix continues to get those big sets for the team.
Pro Esports are not letting this get to another 30-minute game. They're ending it right here. 1-0 against Entity7.
Okay, so lessons